member was the Karate Kid, but as Elaine Gannick reports, Ralph is now getting his kicks Mississippi Blues style. In his latest film, entitled Crossroads, Ralph Macchio plays a classically trained guitarist in search of a lost blues song. In order to be believable in the role, Macchio is studying with one of the recognized master teachers of blues guitar, Arlen Raw.
He really is the most incredible student I've ever had in my life. He's got an uncanny ability to absorb, I guess it's the actor in him. He just absorbs what I give him and he makes it his own almost immediately. I mean, from the first day, he was learning and playing and making the guitar speak.
How come I sound sick?
In addition to shooting on location here in Mississippi, Macchio also visited some establishments where the Delta Blues actually got its start.
Some of the guys from the show were there. Some of the guys like Arlen and Juke, who plays the harp, were there, and they kind of hopped up on stage with the boys and started singing the Down Home Blues, and it was amazing. I mean, just to see, you could just taste what the real feeling of it was. You know, it's really something special.
Even Ralph's co-star, Joe Seneca, who is a noted songwriter himself, contributed to the actor's musical education.
We did do a number. He plays some guitar stuff, chords, and I sang to it that we surprised each other doing a little duet, and we said maybe we'll get a gig after the movie's over.
About every other day, I've been spending a couple hours with the guitar and working, pre-recording things and doing things here and there, you know, to kind of set it up so I look like I'm playing. I could do some of the stuff, but in order to keep the continuity of the guitar playing, we're going to have to pre-record it, and I'll fake it, but nobody will tell. It's all an illusion. I am playing.
When we return, the boss in Ireland and more rock and roll news.
Tomorrow on Entertainment. Number 8 on the rental chart, and number 1 in the hearts and minds of its producers as the Karate Kid 2 goes before the cameras in Hawaii. What had only months ago been undeveloped waterfront land on the north side of Oahu has been transformed into an entire Okinawan village for Karate Kid 2. As the story goes this time, the village is the home that the wise old teacher Miyagi, again played by Pat Morita, returns to. He, of course, takes with him his student Daniel, the Karate Kid, again played by Ralph Macchio. Creating Okinawa amid modern-day Hawaii was no simple task. It's a feat that has not gone unappreciated by the cast.
I've been in and out of movies over the last 20 years, and it's not only the finest, but it's the best. It's the most enormous set I've ever had the personal pleasure of stepping foot on and working. It makes me feel like we're making a movie.
Karate Kid 2 reunites John Avildsen, director of the first film, with Morita and Macchio. The groundwork had been laid early on for all the principals connected with Karate Kid 1 to return.
When we signed to do the first movie, I signed a contract that, you know, that I would have to do a sequel.
The decision was made about 2 weeks into the box office on Karate Kid 1, but we, in fact, were always planning to do a sequel if the first one did well.
The sequel focuses again on the chemistry between Morita and Macchio, but this time there's a new love interest, introducing first-time actress Okinawan-born Tamlin Tomita.
They gave me a really, really nice feeling of family, and they welcomed me onto the set and onto the cast, and they really made me feel welcome.
The business of sequel making brings with it the inevitable question, how do you top the last one? That question may weigh more heavily on Morita, who earned an Oscar nomination for his performance in Karate Kid 1.
I'm not addressing any of my work in that direction. I didn't the first time, and I won't now. I'm just trying to do this as honestly and as purely as I know how. Try to get a good performance.
A look at Hollywood publicity. The Karate Kid stars Ralph Macchio. Today's special guest on Justine Bateman's special series, The New Stars of Hollywood.
Ralph Macchio was discovered here at Hofstra University. He was performing a student musical at the age of 16. Now he's one of Hollywood's most in-demand young actors. But Ralph Macchio hasn't gone Hollywood. No, quite the contrary. He was born a New Yorker and has stayed one. He prefers his home turf and what it represents to him to that of Hollywood.
Yep, Hofstra University. I didn't go to school here, but during the summer times, they had dance productions, dancing school I went to. I used to tap dance at the theater over there But
Let's start with that, not even acting.
no, I started when I watched old Gene Kelly movies and stuff, and when I was about 3.
Oh, really?
And then a couple years after that, I got involved with theater and then acting, and lucky enough with films and stuff. So yeah. So this is it. This is the theater. Walked through this door a bunch of times. My tap shoes on.
Oh, good. What's going without them? So you started here. I mean, basically your first jobs were in this theater. But your first real job, I mean, your first film job was up the Academy?
Yeah, yeah. It was really my first time out auditioning for an acting role. And I played a sort of stereotypical Italian tough mafioso's son kind of thing. It was fun, you know. It was different. And Karate Kid came up, and I read for John Avildsen in New York. And that was right away. You know, I had to go through a screen test, but he said, you know, I want you to do this. I was like,
Isn't that like that's like my dream. You just walk in and they say, you got it.
I had to read,
you know?
I had to read, you know, but I mean, like with Crossroads, I didn't have to read, you know.
Yeah, now that's coming out in what, March?
March 14th.
So you had to learn karate for Karate Kid, and in for Crossroads, you had to learn the guitar.
Yeah.
Was it difficult? Did you know it before? Or no?
No, I didn't know any guitar. I dove into it full blast. I had to learn acoustic, electric, classical, bottleneck. I mean, in Crossroads, I don't have any hand inserts. They're all my hands, you know, to do all the fast guitar work. And that was something I wanted to do, not have to cut away to some great guitarist.
And now you just finished Karate Kid 2, so now you've done 2 Karate Kid movies.
Yeah.
How do you feel you have to compensate for that, or?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do. You know, it's I'm really concerned with being typecast, and versatility is important. You know, you don't want to just become, well, call Ralph. He does the kind of wimp turn hero pictures, you know.
You live out here with your family. Why is it that you've chosen to live away from, you know, the hub of activity, so to speak, away from Hollywood?
Well, one of the main reasons is just to touch ground again with the values and things. You know, when you're out in Los Angeles or in Hollywood, it's kind of, you're so used to getting patted on the back and driven in limousines and put up on a pedestal and billboards and things. When you're working, it's fine because that's the environment that you're in, or at least with myself. When you're not working, all those billboards that you used to be on get much bigger, you know, and then the studio that you used to drive on, you know, you now need a pass, you know, and things like that, you know. And so I like going home and touching base with my family. I'm real close with, and my friends, and I could see myself without having any family out there for too long a period. You could get swayed by all that kind of stuff and the craziness that's out there. So it's real important to me to come back to home and values and family and friends and things.
Not become what your publicist says.
Yeah, that's exactly it, the image that you're supposed to project.
Thanks a lot. I'm going to go back to the sun now.
Oh, okay. I'll go out in the snow.
It's the much ballyhooed Cuba and his teddy bear. Tickets sold out in 3 hours. Many waited in line all night. Amidst all the excitement, Macchio found the time to talk to Mary.
Ralph, Cuba and his teddy bear officially opens on Sunday, though I know you've been in production for a couple of weeks. What was it like for you when you got the call that you'd be working with De Niro?
Well, it was, I guess, more than quite exciting. It's rewarding in all areas. It's really the kind of work I like to do.
You have Karate Kid 2 opening in June. Where does it pick up?
Karate Kid 2 picks up, actually it starts off right after the first one ended, you know, but then it jumps ahead a couple of months and deals with Miyagi and his problems back home in Okinawa, and certain things with his father is ill, and he has to head back to Okinawa to settle family matters, and Daniel finds himself a ticket on that plane, like the movie Magic, he's on that plane somehow.
When you take a break, what are you going to do?
After I got done with Karate Kid 2, I was sure I was taking a couple of months. And then, you know, Robert De Niro knocks on your door, you know, it's time to go back to work, you know. But I just like to take some time, maybe with my family, my friends, and just just relax and put things back into perspective. It's certainly nice to be working in New York, though. I'd love to do that always.
Well, it's great talking to you. Good luck with the play.
Thank
we'll be
you.
looking forward to the movie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, too, Ralph. Back to you, Rob.
We'll be back with home run king Hank Aaron on TV's greatest...
Pat Morita, the teacher.
Karate here.
And Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid. Tomorrow on HBO.
Russo, you okay? Can you go on? Instead of a body bag! Yeah! All right. Feet. Do it again, Johnny. Warning for illegal contact to the knee. Finish it, Johnny. No mercy. No mercy. Play the finish, Johnny. Finish him!
Karate Kid was a very special film. The people were very special, the relationships were very special, and it was important to have the same cast of characters.
Cameras rolling. Speed. Mark. All right, now. Back on exit.
Well, this is a continuation of a story about people's lives. So it's a film about people, and therefore the sequel, in fact, dictated the fact that we had the same people involved.
I wanted to be involved because I liked the story so much. I said to myself, well, either you're going to do it or you're going to kick yourself later because somebody else did it. So I decided I've kicked myself enough. So I said, I'll do it. When the second one is something like this that you really love and have a great passion for, it makes it a lot easier.
Hey,
What's this?
last will and testament. You can't get house here. You get house and pick up back home.
No, I don't want the house and a pickup back home. I want you. Can't we call this off? Why don't we just leave?
The story has to do with Miyagi's family and his father dying and the Karate Kid, Daniel, going to Okinawa, to the homeland of Miyagi.
Miyagi left Okinawa because he was heartbroken. The girl he was in love with, he comes to find out, has been, by old Japanese custom, betrothed or promised to someone else. And someone else turned out to be his best friend.
Yeah! Is that same wood we find together on beach that time?
Sam, what you want?
Come make peace between us.
You forget? You betray me.
I was only 18 years old.
I'm responsible for own action.
It explains why I leave.
Fear is why you leave.
Oh, I beg you.
Your fear make ears think.
It was a matter of our developing the characters, and the story came out of the characters and out of the people.
Hold it right there. Hold it right there.
Well, we got all busted.
What we mean to each other as people translates onto film. We're good people who probably deserve each other, at least in terms of our work, and probably as friends, probably deserve each other. We're two good guys.
But the positive is being here with Pat and having a blast and getting that chemistry going again. It really, really was a surprise.
It's like finding a brand new friend a few years ago and feeling like I've known him all my life.
Tonight it's very clear as we're both lying here. There's so many things I wanna say. I will always love you.
Did I tell you about the pool here?
For Daniel LaRusso,
Is this the only pool you guys got?
the future seemed far from terrific.
This place is a dump. You should go back to New Jersey.
Hey, I know it's hard, but we're not quitters, are we?
Until he met the right girl.
She's beautiful. I say she's beautiful. I think she's beautiful. Is that your address? You got it.
But that only angered the wrong guy.
You know, Country Club at 9:30. Definitely. You gotta be nuts.
And his troubles really began.
Get push it. I should pay.
Then, in one man, he found a teacher.
I promise, teach karate.
And a friend.
Fighting, always last answer. Power, whole body. Make a perfect picture.
How do I know if my picture's the right one?
If come from inside you, always right on. Lesson about the balance, not just karate. Lesson for whole life. Why train?
So I won't have to fight.
Hey, Karate Kid, let's make a move.
No points or no points, you're dead meat.
I don't have much of a cheering section. You got me.
In the end, it will be in Daniel's hands. In his body. And most of all, in his mind.
Concentrate, focus, power. Remember balance. No mercy.
Columbia Pictures presents The Karate Kid.
I got involved with karate because last year I used to go to a public school, and the sixth graders would always pick on me and beat me up.
This is karate, USA style. And this is The Karate Kid.
I was interested in karate for the exercise.
We teach our kids to be able to stand up for themselves when they have to.
The story of Columbia Pictures' new movie, The Karate Kid, is anchored in reality.
It's not the drug scene. And it's not what you've been seeing in so-called kids' pictures.
For producer Jerry Weintraub, one of Hollywood's most talented and enthusiastic creators, this film has a personal meaning.
It's a different look. It's the inside. It's the inside out, not the outside in. And you get to see this kid grow from the inside out and become a man.
Just to trust the picture.
But how do I know if my picture's the right one?
If come from inside you, always right on.
Under the guidance of Academy Award-winning director John Avildsen, this is a story of one person's triumph when all seems impossible.
I don't know anything about karate, but I liked the story. It had a very engaging character in the form of Daniel, and relationship with Miyagi and the young boy I thought was very engaging. And it espoused certain philosophies that I agree with.
In the most important role of his young career, Ralph Macchio is the Karate Kid. Facing the greatest challenge of his acting career is Pat Morita, who was born to play the part of Miyagi.
I promise teach karate, not my part. You promise learn. I say you do, no question. Not your part. Deal?
Steel?
Yes. First wash all the car, then wax. Wax.
Wait, why do I have to wash all the car?
Remember, dear, no question.
Yeah, but
Right. Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
And that's the thing of the relationship that's so beautiful, is that these two people. I don't have the father. My father left when I was 4 or 5, and I'm living with my mother, and he doesn't have the son, and that's what's so nice. And this bond together as they go into the training and the tournament, they develop an incredible relationship. You're the best friend I ever had.
Are you pretty okay too?
Yes! How did you do that?
Don't know. First time.
The Japanese man reminded me of my father. and all the good things that my father gave me through his love and his understanding and warmth. And I felt that Miyagi was very much like my dad, and is very much like my dad, and that's why one of the reasons I chose this film.
Although Robert Mark Kamen's screenplay emphasizes the growing relationship between the fatherless Daniel and the childless Miyagi, The Karate Kid also features a strong romantic relationship between Daniel and Allie, portrayed by Elizabeth Shue.
He's the cannoli and she's strawberry shortcake.
I don't know. She's beautiful. I'd say she's beautiful. I think she's beautiful. I think she's something else, really. She's hot. Definitely hot.
Arch and 1, 2, 3.
To prepare for their roles in The Karate Kid, both actors had to undergo vigorous training.
And just, calisthenics and bodybuilding, not building as much as just toning and endurance, getting your heart pumping. And then I had soccer training, just for juggling and that really pays off nicely. Being able to juggle with the ball for about an hour. I did that, and then I had karate for about 3 hours.
That is correct. What do you think?
The person responsible for all martial arts training in the film was karate veteran Pat Johnson.
I have done probably 12, 15 martial arts films. This is the first one that I really am enjoying doing because this is really what karate is all about. It is not killing, it is not maiming. We're going right to the inside, to the internal part of karate. And it's the first film I've ever done in which we are doing that.
Karate here. Karate here. Karate never here. You understand?
I think so.
For the 55-year-old Pat Morita, learning the Okinawa karate style was no easy task.
Johnny, Bobby, get him! Yeah!
After the first 2 days of initial exposure, I had water on the knee, ankle, brain, lymph nodes, everything hurt. It was awesome. And I looked at myself and I said, Pat, you don't want to play this part. The old guy is fine, but to do that athletic stuff, call the stunt double.
25. One of the obstacles that director John Avildsen would have to overcome in the making of The Karate Kid was presenting the martial arts realistically.
All right, the very first thing you're going to do is a slide up side. Just get your knee up. He's going to jam it. Slide up side, knee up. No, just get your knee up. Don't try to kick. Oh, okay. Yeah. He's going to jam it and punch it. Good.
Quite trained.
So I won't have to fight.
Much of the enthusiasm for blending rock and roll music with the story of Daniel and Miyagi must go to producer Jerry Weintraub, who for nearly 2 decades has masterminded the musical careers of some of America's top rock superstars.
Time enough to live, never time to die. All you had to give, taken by the one you loved and given to a lie. Why? Young hearts beat fast, driving down the road by the plastic metal glass. Why did you have to go? Young hearts die young when they're all alone and there's no turning back now. Young hearts beat fast, driving down the road by the plastic metal glass. Why did you have to go? Young hearts die young when they're all alone and there's no turning back now. Young hearts beat fast, driving down the road by the plastic metal glass. Why did you have to go? Young hearts die young.
Come on, make a move! Hey, save it for the ring. Come on. Right, let's go. Come on.
Points or no points, you're dead meat. Dead meat.
One of the Karate Kid's most exciting moments takes place at a full-blown citywide karate championship. All of the training,
Where was Daniel during this moment?
all of the patience, and all of the perseverance comes down to a few tense, action-packed moments in the ring.
No mercy.
They represent the ultimate challenge for the Karate Kid.
Hey, what kind of belt do you have?
Canvas. You're right. JC Penney, 398.